the meeting to order. Please join me to pledge allegiance, followed by prayer.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Heavenly Father, we come this evening, we just pray that blessing upon those gathered here to conduct the town's business and to bring concerns before the board. We just pray that you might continue to be with us and lead and guide us in the decisions we make. We ask you to continue to comfort Randy's family and others, Heavenly Father, who may be bearing burdens of any kind. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
I'd like to welcome everyone here today. To get started, we need to swear in our newest councilman, Jack Taylor from Ward 2. Robert?
All right, Jack, if you would stand and raise your right hand.
Won't you get up
Want me to do this up there?
You're out of the way.
I, Jack L. Taylor,
I, Jack L. Taylor,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will protect and defend
that I will protect and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
diligently,
diligently,
and impartially
and impartially
perform the duties
perform the duties
of Town Council Member Ward 2
of Town Council Member, Ward 2,
of the Town of Orleans, Indiana,
of the Town of Orleans, Indiana,
according to law
according to law,
and to the best of my abilities.
and to the best of my abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
You would like to do.
Well, I saw Jackie here. I'm honored to have her because I think Randy's got some big shoes to fill. He's a businessman. I'm sure he did a good job. Thank you for being here, Jackie. And all the rest, there's several here from my church and my wife. So thank you all for attending.
We're glad to have you, Jack. We're sorry for the circumstances. Randy's a dear friend.
Jackie, we loved Randy, we love you. Orleans is better because Randy was here. And so tonight, in loving memory, we're going to present you Randy's nameplate. God bless you. Okay. So then, everyone is welcome to stay throughout the meetings. If you came for one small part, want to leave, that's okay too. Nobody's feelings will ever get hurt. Okay, have the minutes of the May meetings. Have you had a chance to read over, John?
Yes, I have regarding, they have read both sets of them. I'll make a motion that they be approved.
All right. I will second them since I was here. All those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Minutes approved. Frank?
First, let me apologize for being so casually dressed, but we're on our way down to celebrate in the square, so.
I think we're all pretty
Yeah,
casual.
that's good. I just normally wouldn't come to a meeting like this, but we're big members of the Monon Movers. We walk all the time and we have a good time down there. Really love the town. Anyway, my wife and I, Tamara back there, we're the owners of the Rocco Jenkins house there, the one that sits on the corner of Mathers and Liberty. And we bought it 2.5, 3 years ago and spent most of the last couple of years remodeling the inside. We moved to the outside, and when we moved in, I noticed we had a water problem when it rained along the sidewalk that runs down Liberty, runs east-west down Liberty on the north side of the street. So at that time, I went out there, and there was a grate, and there's also a hemispheric dome, the kind that you normally would see over a storm drain. And so I thought, well, the storm drain must be clogged. I pulled those up and dug and thought I'd be in China before I hit anything that seemed like a storm drain, because you guys should have a map of the storm drains in the town. And if there is a storm drain out there, please show it to me. But I didn't see it there. So the dome is still there, and I'm gonna put the grate back. But what happens is the water that runs down Mathers, on both, there's an small asphalt berm on each side of the street of Mathers. It runs down the east side and the west side. On the west side, it runs down and then it turns and it dumps right onto that sidewalk there. And then on the east side, it runs down and dumps into the corner there where there is a culvert that comes under the street right on over into our sidewalk, and there's no storm drain there. So we're getting all the water that comes down Mathers there. And so that's a challenge for whatever would be there to handle all that water. And then the people that own the other Jenkins house at some point in time, and I don't know if this would be approved by the town or they just did it, when they put in their driveway, they just simply took the asphalt right on out of their driveway, right across the sidewalk, and then, in Liberty, it's a bit raised, and then on up to Liberty, so that when they go out, which made sense for cars, but what that does is that produces a dam, and as the water comes down the sidewalk, if it's necessary to use the sidewalk as part of the drainage system, it then hits this stacked up pile of asphalt and now begins to back all the way up and come up our steps and up our sidewalk and has nowhere to go. So a couple of times, and this is not a criticism, I think everybody's really super busy and we were busy inside. We asked if the town engineer or someone come out there, we could discuss solutions. I have a couple of ideas. So I would still welcome talking about that. A couple of things we could do with continuing the berm around and if there is a storm drain out there, I'll dig until we find it, but I need to know there is because I've given up digging. So what I'm asking the town here for, and then we do, I think under any circumstances, we need to solve that asphalt that's blocking the city side. It's blocking it. It went right over the sidewalk. The sidewalk's probably been there since the Jenkins built the house in 1908 or whatever. And now this big wide strip of asphalt blocks it. And then on the other side, of course, the sidewalk continues. It appears that a lot of the water that would run down the sidewalk, if that dam wasn't there, would carry on down the sidewalk. And then when it meets Liberty and Roosevelt, it would appears to me, I mean, I haven't shot it with a laser, it appears to me that we would turn north, and there along the west side of Roosevelt is just a grassy berm, and it looks like a lot of the water would just be dissipated into that berm and absorbed, but as it is now, it can't get over that hump. So what I'm asking the town council is, an idea would be to have the town engineer come out and talk about some solutions and then work with, cost and everything is important, but work on some solutions that we might do because like with last night's rain, at 3 a.m, I'm gonna just get up and kind of look around. And of course the water now is all the way up our sidewalk and almost coming up it doesn't get in, it never does get in our house because it then spills onto our yard, which is a solution, but it's not optimal.
Well, and the mud really takes up out there, and when you go out there, it's super slick.
Yeah.
And I mean, even just going to the mailbox this morning, like when you step off that thing onto the sidewalk, I mean, our sidewalk's got some mud, right? But the other sidewalk, the town sidewalk has a lot of mud, and, you just have to walk so carefully, and I mean, plus.
It's an issue we'd like to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Daniel, have you looked at it at all? or-
Yeah, I looked at it and it's been a while and I came up there twice, I think, and knocked on the door, but I must have just missed you guys. And where the grate is, he's talking about, I dug it out and there's a culvert in there with holes drilled in it, but I can't figure out where it goes.
Okay.
It's just a culvert with some holes, probably 1/2-inch holes, about 6 of them drilled in it. And of course it fills up with dirt and as best I can tell, the culvert was mostly full of dirt, but I don't know. It runs east and west, but, I can only see about that much of it, so I'm not sure which direction. I assume it would fall to the west, but I don't know that. It's kind of in a weird area. The yard across is lower, kind of catty corner from them, but every place else kind of bowls right there.
What about that driveway? This first I've heard of that.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't even paid much attention to the driveway. Of course, when I've been over there, the water's not standing. Like you see anything with
Right.
water standing anyways. And I honestly just haven't noticed the driveway.
It's up a good probably 6 inches.
Oh, no,
I mean, it's.
And I understand, I mean, they did it so they're just smoothly coming right out onto Liberty.
Understand.
Right.
But
I thought it a culvert.
something through that, pile of asphalt.
I'm a little bit familiar with that small house, it's just the second house in there, I built that house in 1959.
And,
And, it was a problem in 1959. That's the lowest place in the whole neighborhood, right there on that east end of your sidewalk. And it's always come down there. Used to, it didn't have any kind of anything else there. So apparently that caddy corner, I think one goes over Betty Lawyer's, and their trade over there too, in Betty Lawyer's yard.
There's that, well,
Yeah, I
it
should
does.
have stopped today and refreshed myself on it, but
Probably the only thing we can do is just take a look at it and see if we can come up with some kind of solution. But
We will look into it, and,
That's all.
you know, we've got a lot of places in Orleans we have issues with, and, our storm sewer system, best of my knowledge, was put in the thirties, so, you know, it's just one of those things, but yeah, we'll definitely take a look at it and see if there's something we can do.
That's all we just want to bring it up, and if we're not there, call.
If you call us, maybe, you know, that we could arrange to meet,
Okay.
that'd be the best,
Robert.
because sometimes we're there, and, you know, we don't have a doorbell, so,
Yeah.
I bet our dog usually barks, so,
Yeah.
I mean, so.
Well, Robert has our number, and if you
Yeah.
go in,
We'll get you
No.
connected.
hey, Frank, there's one other thing.
Yes,
We're talking about the,
Yeah.
talking about the storm drains and so forth. They all go into the ground here. But a lot of times it rains like I don't know about last night, but the ones we had a month or so ago, the water comes up out of the drains.
I wouldn't doubt
From
it.
this karst system underneath of us. And I'm sure we can't do anything at all about that, but, you know, but we might be able to alleviate it getting up there with your sidewalk. We just have to look and see.
All right,
We'll definitely take a look at it.
thank you, guys.
Okay, well, thank you for coming.
Thanks, Frank.
Also, see everybody down at
All right,
the,
we'll see you in a little bit, okay?
Ronnie, you got anything to add to your report, or?
No, I don't have anything to add. The truck is getting lettered, should be done tomorrow evening. And the only thing I had to add to it was we did lose a member this week. He's taking a leave of absence for some personal reasons. So this,
How many members now?
that leaves us at 13, counting me.
Did you get all the reports from the different?
Yes, Robert did.
Okay, all right. John, Jack, you have anything for
I
Ronnie?
don't think so.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Thank you.
Jim Lindsay is not present. Drew, you have anything to add to your report?
The only thing is that Michael Lannis did his PT test for the entrance into the academy on Monday, and he passed it really well.
Do you happen to know the speed limits through town? We talked about one of them's 30, one of them's 25, and Jim's report said they were looking at getting it all equaled out.
Yeah.
Do you know what speed limit they're gonna equal it out there?
We do, and.
Any chance it's 20?
Yes, some of it, and then there's a school zone that's been established.
Okay.
That doesn't exist now, but it really conforms and brings it up to standards. What is there was developed in 1962. So NDOT is trying to get to increase traffic flow and safety. So it makes a lot more sense what they showed Jim and I,
Okay.
and there's no more going north and south and different speed limits and all, you know, and so it's a natural progression. It really made more sense. So at some point in the next several weeks, they'll be changing out
You
signs.
think is the right downtown, is there any chance that's gonna be 20?
Part of it kind of into the historic district, yes.
Okay. I mean, like right in
But it's
front
not
of,
gonna go
like right
from,
in front of El Compadre.
right, it's not gonna go from 35 to 50, you know, like it does. It doesn't make any sense,
It
really.
would be nice to slow them down through the middle of town.
Do we have any input on the law?
Well, they asked Jim to look at it. I don't think we really had input, but they asked us to sit in on the meeting, but it was pretty much defined that NDOT was gonna do
What they're
what, just
gonna do.
as a courtesy, they were letting us be aware of it.
Didn't say anything about making that third lane go all the way to Market Street.
No, they didn't, but also, we talked about pavement, but they didn't want to discuss that.
They're gonna do it in 29. I got an email from them, said they're gonna fix the road in 2029. It's already on the schedule.
They were quick to end the conversation when they got to that.
Good
They
grief.
got one right
2029.
away, they squeezed it in.
It'll collapse by then. Okay, you guys got anything else for Drew?
Just a related thing, I think I sent you an email, but Mr. Ellis did call. They have the option to renew the SRO for a second year, and the school board has met, and they would like to do that with a 3% increase. So at some point, we'll have to have John Paul prepare, update that
Are
for the
we,
new school year.
are we satisfied with 3%? Is that what we have? Did we put that in there
I think it was
originally?
in there.
Yeah, okay.
One other thing that has to happen too is, on August first, Kelly is supposed to get her January first raise. Her contract just runs from August
Right.
first to July 31st. And, so we messed that up the last time.
We did catch her up though, right?
Yes, we
did.
Yes, okay.
And, but we'll need to amend the, salary
August
orders. Well, sometime before the first of August.
Okay.
It's, $33 or something like that.
If you would,
We
I'll make sure we get that done.
I would mind. Hers is a little complicated because she works,
She wants year-round pay.
she
but
works
yeah.
about 9 months, but she wants her pay spread out over the whole year.
Is that-
It's Kelly, she's the SRO at the elementary.
Okay, got you. Does John Paul need something from us?
I don't know that we need anything, because I think it's in the contract that I think just as long as it's in our minutes and the school board minutes, that we both agree to the option extending it. So as long as that's in there, because I think we already put that,
At
For
2 years.
or 3 years.
I think it's the original year plus 2 options, so a total of 3.
Which one are we in now? Is it?
This would be number 2, I think.
Yeah, it sounds, I think that
She started
sounds,
24, so.
well, yeah, but we got the other one too. I can't remember, but I think we're in an option year, is what I'm saying. And
We need
then
a motion to
approve.
approve that in the.
I'll make a motion then we accept it if we got a choice. If we've already agreed to it, I don't know if we got a choice.
I think both sides just have to agree to renew the option.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion, we can redo the option.
Second.
All right. All those in favor of renewing our option with the SRO agreement, say aye.
Aye.
Am I opposed?
And just for information for Jack, the high school, Mr. Riddle, Officer Riddle, he works the school year, but then he reports to the police department in the summer months and helps out on the beat. Kelly, her agreement that we reached with her is she just works the school year. And she doesn't come back and work in the summer for us, but she's just primarily school resource officer for the grade
Then her
school.
salary is prorated out for the whole year, so she gets checked every year.
But her actual working year is August 1 through July 31. Well, we can spread it out. And the car she drives belongs to the school.
And the other one belongs to us.
Yeah.
Okay, Daniel, anything to add on the water?
I do think I forgot to put in there that we did get the mixer and the tank fixed last week. They took the old one back, tried to rework it, said it was good, brought it back and it wasn't, so they put a brand new one in. And then, I'd like some kind of approval or not on the valves I'd like to buy for changing out some of these old hydrants.
How many did you,
I'd like to buy 4 of them.
Okay.
The 2 prices I got were $1,463.32, and the other one $1,480.50.
is that changing the whole plug or just the,
We have the hydrants at the sewer plant. They've been here for quite some
I thought we
time.
had bought some extra that time.
Hardly any of our hydrants have isolation valves, and these are about $200 higher than a normal valve, but they're a 1-bolt system, so we can fix it almost live. I mean, we put hoses on the hydrants to get the water off of us and get it in there. Everything's bolted up when we start, and then we just got 1 bolt up to do in the ground, and it's a restraint joint.
Little 6-inch hydrant.
That are 5 1/4 or whatever.
Well, make a motion that he knows what he needs to get the fire hydrants fixed.
Second. Okay. All those in favor of fixing our fire hydrants, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, Daniel, anything else?
No.
Scott? Oh, I'm sorry, John, do you have something?
Well, this, at least to get this thing in here from about Cunningham, did she come up with any?
We sent Jeff all the documentation he wanted. We haven't heard back from him.
Well, I just wanted that spreadsheet, how many gallons she come up with.
I don't know that answer.
And I don't know that I put it in there. I think I got the information a little later. Cam Strip is bringing some guys with EJP's guys, and they're gonna be here the 29th, the 30th, and the 1st.
And that's to help look for
Look for the
the
water
missing,
loss.
if you notice, we're missing a lot of water there.
Right.
And we're trying to figure that out. We got it down a little bit and then it went kind of right back up, so.
Whether it's actually going into a cave.
We think,
Hi,
I said,
we don't think we're losing it, we think it's been, not charged for,
so,
because the meter works.
anything else on the water? Scott?
Yeah, wastewater. So the plant's running pretty well. We still do not have our south primary clarifier. We tried pumping the water into the digester. And there's some grease in there that once it gets into the smaller pipe, basically stops the flow. And we've tried flushing it. We've tried a couple different ways. Just not making progress there. I talked with Chris earlier this week about just getting somebody in and backing it out of, we'll drain this much of the water out and get it back out the grease because we need to get that unit back up and running. It's been a little bit. So that said, the system's running okay. Just going through the north side. But IDEM's going to want us to have that working, I'm sure. So he's trying to get a back truck out to back all that up.
Construction transfer infrastructure systems has a back truck. I don't know if that's the kind you need or not.
Well, we need somebody that can back it out and then take it somewhere to dispose of it.
Well, they can back it out on what they do with it.
Yeah. He's talking with Dory's and
Okay,
seeing if they
all
can
right.
take it somewhere. But we're making some progress there. Like I said, the system's running pretty well. We still have issues with the returns, but it hasn't been such an issue right now. We are scheduled to meet with IDEM next week, kind of go through things. Brady, myself, and then I don't know who else comes from IDEM. But we're going to kind of go through the agreed orders and the other things to say, okay, here's what we're doing. This is how it should match up. If there's something you don't see, then we'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
'Cause they're-
Will they be aware of what may be coming online with all the problems we're having, deciding on what we're gonna do?
Yes,
Okay.
that's part of the discussion as well.
I got a call from IDEM central office today, and they did extend an invitation to you as the council president that you'd be welcome to join that discussion. I told him I'd let you know.
When is it?
I'll give it to you.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Tuesday. It'll be out at the wastewater treatment plant.
All right, well, I'll try to be there.
I'll remind
I know
you.
little about it, but
I'd
I
like
can
to
be
be
there.
in with that Tuesday.
I think
might
it'd
be
be,
done by,
I think it'd be good. to have
Yeah,
council.
I will go.
I might be done by that time.
And
And you'd be
exactly
invited
what we
to.
did. You talked with John, I don't know, we're under agreed order, you understand any of this with our, you didn't?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Our sewer plant was not running up to stuff, and we got in some trouble, so we had an agreed order from IDM, I think it was 5 years, is that correct? Yeah, and I think we're in our third year now, and we have to have something done in 5 years. And, but.
It's this flowing problem that you're talking about, which I wouldn't mind looking at it. Can you give me a little tour of that, just because I know what you're talking about?
But when Scott come on board, and we hired Chris, and the plant is actually running okay right now. It's right on the line, I think, but it's running okay.
Keep
So-
it above water, yeah.
Yeah, so, but the problem is, that's not gonna be good enough for IDM. We're gonna have to upgrade. Period. Because they're not gonna be satisfied with our head above water. So that's kind of where we're at. Well, then we've got the eggplant wanted to come on, and that throws a whole nother wrench into it. So we really don't know exactly where, we've got one project that can be small to take care of our needs. We've got a huge project if they want to come online. And anyway, so just kind of know. And
Does the eggplant have any other options other than?
they do have other options according to them. They can treat it themselves and put it out on their fields and stuff like that. They can, the way I understand it, they can even go under the highway and have lagoons on their property. So we don't know what's gonna happen. Obviously.
Yeah, and I haven't heard anything other than there's discussions going on.
Yeah.
from The engineering group, so.
But, yeah, if you're free to, you might want to come do it. It'd be nice just to hear what IDM's got to say. If they're gonna scream and yell at us or.
Like, I'm not just going to stick my nose in your,
Yeah.
I kind of like to see what the problem is and just
I'm
give
fine,
me an
I'd be
idea.
happy to give you the tour of the plant.
So will be smelling that day or?
Don't
If you're
worry.
lucky. Only if you're lucky, and it'll be raining.
It'll probably be raining. That's our biggest headache. We get a lot of rain and kind of floods everything. But, yeah, so, but, yeah, I've worked with Chris. It doesn't smell near as bad as it used to. So, but we can give you the grand tour. If you, we're supposed to meet at 9:30 if I remember right. So if you wanted to come out at 9, I can give you a quick tour before they show up.
John, you have anything else?
No,
We're going to talk to Daniel, got anything else about town superintendent?
No, everything's in my report.
Okay, anybody, you have anything for Daniel, anybody? Dennis?
Well, I had sent a letter to Deborah Collins, 306 West Harrison, about mowing and cleaning up. And it was an address in California, so I didn't think we'd see her tonight. But anyway, then I also thought the house may be repossessed now, so I sent a letter to the HUD office just to see if I can get any answers out of anybody. And there's a hearing set up for that July 16th, so I don't know if I'll hear anything out of it before then. And I also tried to get hold of Boswell's over here again, 388 East Jefferson,
Yeah.
to see when they might start tearing down that house. They've got a demo permit, but it's been like a month and a half ago and they still haven't done anything, so.
How long is that permit good for? Long as, let's start sometime.
Yeah, are they good for like a year?
I think it's a year.
But, anyway, I don't know if I'll hear back. I had to leave a message, so I'll try them again sometime. And Darla Abel's back on, the demo of the trailer over there.
I noticed today they had started again. They
It
cut
had been,
some of
yeah,
the bushes down and,
yeah, I called them maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago to see
yeah.
why they hadn't done anything for about a month and a half.
Well, I noticed today they had moved some
Yeah,
stuff around, tore some more up.
yeah,
I won't say it's looking better, but it's looking closer to getting
Yeah.
better.
at least they mowed it again too.
Yeah.
so.
Is that the one on Jackson and Ford?
Yeah, Jackson, yeah, it's, yeah, I'd say the trailer's about half gone.
Yeah, half now probably. So at least they're working on it again.
Okay, thanks. Anybody else have anything to go? John Paul, Gunther property, we've not talked about it for a while.
Well, that's, that Gunther property is the one that I talked to the gentleman from, is it Landmarks?
Yeah.
And, you know, they've got covenants and restrictions on that house.
Right.
And when we talked, he thought that maybe they would go through that process. That there's covenant restrictions on the deed and they're in violation of that. So he thought that would be the best way. And then I had sent him information, on that estate that they had opened and all that. But they, you know, they opened that estate to get the wrongful death money, but they didn't deal with the house.
Yeah.
So I told him about that, sent all that information to him and told him anything he needs from the town to let us know. So we're just kind of waiting to see what they have counsel out of Indy, to handle that. So I'm assuming they may be in the
You're talking
process.
about the landmarks.
Yes, they have attorneys, that are represented out of Indy, and I'm assuming they're probably in the process of drafting something. The biggest trouble is just trying to get a hold of those people, just trying to
The
get
property
somebody.
across from the Sprint, well, what I call a Sprint station.
I was aware of Gunther, I met him a few times.
Oh, so, okay, there you go. All right. Old business, co-op property, I saw that,
Dennis, Dave Robertson came in and just to let us know that, it's kind of it's been a drawn out process. What was the remaining shareholders of the co-op went to the governor and asked for his assistance, and he has sort of put the lid on any further actions of IDM, that this would be closed out. And so at some point here in the near future, I suspect we'll get some kind of information about receiving the property. So as far as IDM, that part is all concluded.
the property, north of Johnny Baker's property was a co-op. They give it to the town of Orleans. But there was some co-op fuel tanks and stuff there, so we've been waiting for the IDM to give it a clean bill of health, I guess. And they've been dragging their feet, so we still don't have the property.
Are those tank, is those the tank you can see from the trail?
No, that's Johnny's.
Okay,
Yeah.
but there's nothing there.
Yeah, but
where
it's all cleaned up.
Okay.
There's nothing there anymore. And, but they just, for some reason, we can't get a clean bill now. And we don't want to accept any liability. All right. Any other old business, anybody? New business, airport appointments.
Okay, Mr. President, there are 2 vacancies on the Board of Aviation Commissioners. And the airport board has submitted the names of Kurt and Velvet Doherty to replace Tommy Adams. That term runs until 28. And then there's the vacancy that was left by Jim Shelby actually goes until 2030. So they're asking this body to make those 2 appointments to fill those 2 vacant seats.
Is there any other names that have been submitted? Do we have any recommendations ourselves? Okay.
What's the pleasure?
Well, they recommended it, so I'll move that they be appointed. And I don't know which one you want. Well, there's 2 years difference there. So let's appoint Kurt on the replace Tommy Adams and Bill with Shelby.
That'd be the 2030 one.
He'd be 30 and he.
Okay. Okay,
He used to work for Taylor.
I'll say.
all those in favor of these 2 appointments, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? While I'm at that, are you getting any minutes or anything from them, or how about the rentals? Is it,
That's all current.
it's all current, well, then, no, the rest of them will run. I guess that's best for now.
A little bit outside workers.
Okay, any other business that needs to come forward town? Anybody? We got some sewer adjustments?
Well, I might tell you that
Oh, okay.
we're working with the Wesleyan camp, and the fellow told us that they had a surveyor, I'm not sure if it was Matt or somebody else, coming up with a description on what they're gonna be wanting, including the annexation that's in that cornfield up there. And he's also, Toka has declined to serve it. And we're gonna be annexing it as VRs anyhow.
Okay.
And so that's ongoing right now. We're trying to get some information about what kind of permitting he has to have to stay, if any, and for water and sewer both. But he redrawn the plans according to what Daniel and I discussed with him. And that's kind of what's at right now. And we'll jump on. You haven't heard anything from him about descriptions?
No.
They've been told that they have to have a description of that parcel and all the rest of the whole campus. He said they got a boundary survey of it. Is that good enough? If he includes all them different parcels in a boundary survey?
For an annexation, yes, yes.
They're also working on the legal description.
That'd be simpler than the whole bunch of descriptions.
Right, because you mean, you're talking about like if they have subdivided it?
Well, they got it at different times.
Right. Oh, yeah, if they could put it into one, but the camp's already in town, right?
No.
So what's there now is not in town either?
No.
Yeah, no, and what, if it's just,
They've agreed to voluntary annexation though, for it and this new campground.
so that would be better, just one main description would be great.
You talking about the West Wind Campground?
Yeah.
So there's a field that they want.
They own them two fields west of the campground, runs on down toward where Mickey Stalker lives. And then this campground is going to extend out into the southeast corner of that first field and all the way out to Jacobs Road.
Mickey stopped living in the house just past the Westwood Church. Is that when you talking?
So you got to turn on that road, go west. He lived down there about half a mile.
So all this land is west of the church. Okay.
Church camp.
Yeah, I was trying to get it.
Their property runs all the way up to the crop services or whatever, the Farm Bureau place, and then down to,
Jacobs Road.
no, don't run all the way down to Jacobs Road. They have, I mean, the two fields do, but the original camp does not run. It stops there where, the caretaker's house is.
there.
But their property does. Their property runs all the way to Jacobs Road.
On the fields back there, not the camp. There's,
That's the southeast corner they're taking in though, right?
right,
Yeah, right. I think that's what Ronnie was saying.
Yeah, but there's two parcels there that are not part of the camp,
Right.
because, Kent Pritchard lives in one of them, and there's that other house, and that's all annexed out.
Philip McLean and where.
Yes,
Crystal
Lois
Shepherd
McLean's
is.
too, so there's three.
So do they want to be brought into town to make that squared up?
We have had no discussions with them.
Yeah. You know, remember Robert, when I think I first came on, we filled in a lot of gaps. And we tried to keep it contiguous.
But they both get water.
Oh, yep, there we go, yep.
So the Wesley Camp is actually in our town.
It will be.
Will
Will
be.
be.
I mean, the camp itself will be, plus they're trying to get this land west.
It's
They're
just a portion.
trying to get a little understanding.
Yeah, just a portion of it.
They're,
They don't want to bring the whole field in.
they're going to bring in, put in an RV camp. And whatever that's going to take, they want to bring in town, and the rest of whatever they farm, they will not.
Do those houses get, city or town sewer?
No.
And, they, they're what?
Well, gone. Okay. So, anything else? We got some sewer adjustments, if you want to approve them. There's plenty of pools being filled.
So you have the docket, the payroll docket, and the
You spend it on this, Jack.
I'll make a motion that we sign off on.
All right, we have a
Second.
motion to do the sewer adjustments. Y'all second? Yeah. All in favor, say aye. Sewer adjustment and no resolutions. Okay, we have some claims to pay.
I'll make a motion to pay the claims, both of them payroll and accounts payable.
Second. All right, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We'll pay our bills.
One other thing I forgot to mention about
Okay.
water, I talked about the sewer. The wholesale meter has been installed, and Daniel's working with some people out there now to get, so we turn water on for them.
Okay.
We adapted two of the permit applications. John Paul has approved both of them, one for water and one for domestic sanitary sewer. And the domestic sanitary sewer, if you put anything stronger than just regular waste in there, it requires an additional permit, and we're still working on that one.
That would be
That's
what we're waiting on.
That's high strength. But the two that they want to go ahead and get them done,
Sure.
and so they can get water to work with out there.
You're talking about the eggplants.
Yes.
Okay. So, do we have anything else to bring forward? Not. That's my favorite motion.
Like always, we adjourn.
I second.
All those in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
Tell Howard to take care of that when he's not president.
We rotate.
Does that mean, is it next Tuesday?
I think that's right.
Yeah, next Tuesday.
Yes, it's Tuesday, and I'll give you the time.
It's Tuesday the 23rd, right?
Yes.
Actually, I would have that in my calendar. How can I get so far ahead? 9:30, right?
Well, it came, some kind of a
Email or
email
something
came,
like
and
that.
you press the button, it automatically.
Yeah.